It's your girl Belinda, again with another video on wellness on this Wednesday. All right, I hope that you all have been blessed by the previous videos and informed. So before I go any further, I want you to do me a favor. Don't forget to like, okay, share, comment, turn on the notification button, okay, so that you can get any of my uploaded future videos, okay? Don't forget, all right? All right, so here it is. I wanted to continue from where I left off, and a lot of times, because I have so much info that I want to share about this journey, because my journey has really begun since 2021, and we are now in 2023. This is me in 2023. What's happening is that I went through in my previous, you can check out my videos, I'll link them above, where I start talking about what brought me here, what brought me to this journey. And to be honest with you, it was pain. Pain brought me to a place where I couldn't take it anymore. And if you want to hear more about that story, you'll have to check out my previous video. But tonight, I want to talk about the food that I eat, what I eat in a day, what keeps me from being inflamed with inflammation, because that was my situation. That was the problem. I had chronic pain caused by inflammation. And God healed me in 2021 on my hip, my left side, where I explained why I could not move like I should at this early age that I am. You know, I'm still just a young 60, and I did not want to be not able to do for myself. So here it is. So tonight I'm going to talk about some of the things that I do eat. When I did my research, I found out that I needed to eat things that were consistent to, knowing and being educated about what things cause first inflammation. What kind of food cause inflammation? Sugary foods, processed food, flour, a lot of carbs. And I had to find out exactly, before I can get to what I need to understand about the cure that God gave me. When I talk about the turmeric tea, I had to find out also what I should eat. So what I did is, again, I did my research and I found out, and I looked up anti-inflammatory diet. I looked up what can help me to not become inflamed again with inflammation. So I did some research and I came up, and tonight I'm going to share some of that with you, some of the things that I came across and found out what I needed to help me on this journey. All right. So I'm going to talk about a scripture, and I'll put it here, and it reads out of Jeremiah 33:6. It says, "Behold, I will bring to it health and healing, and I will heal them and reveal to them abundance of prosperity and security." My thought tonight was just that, the body can heal on its own because it's made up and designed and created to do so. But what we do is we continue to put things in the body that does not help fuel the body, that tends to slow us down, like those sugary drinks and those sugary sweet desserts. Those things slows us down instead of fuel the body. I had to learn that I didn't have a high metabolism. My metabolism was not fueled by the food that I put in, and instead it left me feeling lethargic, very sluggish. And I did not like that feeling. And as you know, when you get a little older, I'm not 30 years old, I'm not the 20-year-old anymore, I'm the 60-year-old. And sometimes, after that 30 mark, I begin to feel, like 30, 40s, I start to begin to feel a change in my body. And I'm not sure that at that time that it had anything to do with how I was eating or my weight, because I happened to be overweight at the time. But I also was also comfortable in my skin. How many out there? I was comfortable, comfortable as the big girl, comfortable at size 234, comfortable at 250, comfortable at 278, comfortable at 295, comfortable over 300 to 335, comfortable because I'm okay, because I'm comfortable with me. But it was not good for my health, as I will continue to tell you more about my journey. So as I continue to take a look at the scripture in the body, learning that it will heal itself if we give it, if we take good care of it. You know, if we take good care of the body will do what it needs to do. It is designed that way. We are created that way. We're not created a mess. We're actually created in the image and likeness of God. We are created to be good to our bodies. If we treat the temple right, it'll do good for us and it'll be good to us. All right. So I'm going to talk about the foods that I eat in this journey. In this journey, I had to go back and I had to educate myself again on an inflammatory type of diet and what they consist of. Okay. I found out on that journey, though we learned that inflammation in the body reacts to a foreign substance as a way of protecting itself from harm. However, there are multiple cases when there's a swelling in the body, not because of an invader, but due to underlying health conditions. Inflammation in the body is sometimes attributable to cancer, arthritis, Alzheimer's disease, and heart problems. So studies have shown that the best way to fight inflammation is by filling your diet with food that prevents the swelling. So that's where the anti-inflammatory food came in. So I did a food list and I checked out what I can eat. Found out that nuts, yes, nuts are very good anti-inflammatory food. I eat a lot of almonds. I eat almonds lightly salted or without salt, you know, and they are filled with omega-3 fatty acids. They are polyunsaturated fats, which are the healthiest form of fats. Nuts prevents clogged arteries, which causes heart disease and fights inflammation in the body. Talk about walnuts. Another nut that I like to eat is walnuts. They have high alpha lindemic and contents, acid contents, which helps to lower the production of creatine protein, which triggers swelling. Getting to that, I had to learn certain things that trigger the swelling. There's times when I would eat no bread, for instance, for example, and then the next day eat bread and realize that my left knee will feel a little bit swollen, or I can feel the inflammation around the knee. And I started to take an inventory and found out that what things did trigger my swelling. So as I learned my body and learned more about chronic inflammation and how to keep it from affecting my organs, I had to take inventory of my body. It's very good to just know what causes your body to go into certain spasms. Okay, so bread did it for me. Certain bread. I do not eat white bread. It's wheat bread, multigrain bread, and I even found out that I watch my ingredients and what is in the bread, because some of the things that the bread is made with, when it's processed, may cause me also a trigger to the swelling. All right. So I love walnuts. I love almonds. And I even love peanuts. Okay. I do. I like nuts. All of those nuts, pistachios, hazelnuts. I love them. So I eat every day, practically as much. I try to get it in my diet every day. And these are things that I do try to incorporate in my diet daily. Not just sometimes. This is something where my lifestyle is changing and I'm eating the things that I know that will help me in my body. And so far, I have been very successful with eating almonds. I love almonds and walnuts. All right. Those are my two choice of nuts and peanuts. Fruits. Fruits are packed with multiple nutrients to nourish your body and boost immunity to disease. The berry fruits like strawberry, excuse me, blackberries, blueberry, and raspberry contains high level of antioxidants called anthocyanins. I probably said all of that wrong because y'all gonna see it in the slide. That helps to combat oxidative stress, thereby reducing the risk of inflammation or inflammation related disease. Okay, so yes, I incorporate blueberries. How do I do that? I do it in smoothies. If I'm not eating the blueberry itself, which I prefer it in my smoothies, I make it with smoothies. My strawberry, my raspberry, and blackberries go in my smoothies, okay, and strawberries. I love them, okay? So I will put them in my smoothie with some almond milk. To sweeten it up, I'll use a banana, or I use a pitted dates, which are very good too to help sweeten my smoothie, where I'm getting natural sugar and not processed sugar or refined sugar. Must stay away from the refined sugars because they are like cocaine and they keep us coming back. But we got to be very careful how we use the refined sugars or not use it at all. The best way I've tried to wean off of sugar when I first learned that I needed to stay off of sugar was I got into the monk fruit. And what happened was I buy that in the raw, and I like it. It helped me a lot, but I'm also careful because it still does the same thing to me that if I had refined sugar. So you got to be careful, know your body. But while I was weaning off, I use, so every now and then, if I feel like I want something that need a little sugar, I will use the monk fruit in the raw. All right. So I also learned that avocados, oh, I love avocados. They are filled with mono unsaturated fats, which also prevents inflammation and nutrition such as, and it also gives us the nutrition such as magnesium, fiber, and potassium. I remember when I found out some years ago that I was low in potassium. So I talk about the deficiencies and talk about most of the time we are, we have a lot of deficiency, vitamin D. We lack a lot of things. And because the body does not have those nutrients, it kind of acts like, we're not getting it, so we lack, and therefore the body can't really do what it needs to do. So I learned that there's certain foods that I eat, and when I found out where I was deficient in, I began to put more of that in my diet. So I eat the fatty avocado, not every day, because that's a fat that I don't need at the pounds, that because I'm also doing weight control, where I'm doing control with what I eat, portion control. I eat for portion control so that I will continue to lose the weight. Down 40 pounds and counting, and gratefully look more like I'm down 100. If you see some of my comparison pictures, you'll see that I even look smaller than I am. But that's because of the swelling. I'm not swollen anymore from the inflammation. So I look a little bit more leaner, yet I'm still dealing with a whole lot because I still have a journey. I'm still on the journey. It's just the beginning. And there's so much more for me to do as far as getting in the gym, working out. I'll incorporate that sometime into my videos as well, and some of the routines that I'm doing, but I'm taking one day at a time. All right. So yes, avocado has become one of my fatty fruits that I tend to eat, and because it's filled with some of the things that help to keep swelling from my body. Grapes and cherries. Grapes and cherries, also amazing. Grapes contain anthocyanin. I don't want to say these words wrong, but anthocyanins. You'll see it on the screen for my incorrect pronunciation of the actual. It reduces the inflammation in the body, and the red grapes have resveratrol, a compound which prevents excess production of pro-inflammatory molecules called cytokines. Now, I knew these was going to be something that I did, because even when I did the research, I said, these words, what? I'm not that medically inclined to that point. I'm a medical student, but some of the things that they use when you start dealing with the compounds and what makes up, they were a little difficult for me and be transparent. But I will share the information. So if those out there, if you're familiar with it, God bless you, and you can use the information. It's good to be in the know. Okay. It's in the know. I won't say that I understand all of the terminologies, but it's great to be in the know. Okay. All right. So the other thing that I learned also, and I talked about it in my last video, was the turmeric. So I won't go into the turmeric, but turmeric is used to treat swelling as well, in and outside of the body. The other thing that I fell in love with, which is a part of my regular diet, is salmon, omega-3 fatty acids, which are a healthy form of fat, which I use the salmon, which again helps to reduce inflammation and prevent related disease. It can be found in the fishes like salmon, herring, sardines, and mackerel. The two on my list are salmon and sardines. I love them, so I eat them. Okay. All right, so we're going to talk about the vegetables that are good, like kale and Brussels sprouts and cauliflower and broccoli, because they're rich in vitamin A, C, and K. Okay, broccoli is rich in antioxidants like, cyphorphan, which fights inflammation. See, all of these stuff that I needed to know was coming at me, that I was getting all this information, was because it helps to fight the inflammation. So do I eat it? I eat them daily. I can have broccoli every day, kale every day. I make a kale and spinach smoothie. I use kale and spinach to do my juicing. And when I want to, my broccoli, I love my broccoli steamed. I eat that. I can eat that every day. Those three green, but there are so many other green leafies that you can eat, that you may. Spinach is one of them. I also incorporate that in my diet, especially when I'm having salads. I use them sometimes when I'm making egg scrambled with with my eggs. I love it. Okay, so it's a very good green leafy vegetable, very high in helping to come against the swelling that's triggers that can trigger inflammation in the body. Green tea. I drink green tea. Another tea that I drink. I get away from the black teas. I'm green tea. Green tea. I even do matcha. Fell in love with matcha, which is a Japanese tea. I love that tea. And I do that tea. I have green tea, any kind of green tea. I have them in my house. I keep green tea. Sometimes I even add the green tea to my turmeric because I like the combination of it. Okay. The green tea is one of the healthiest drinks due to the high levels of, they say, catechins, which is an antioxidant that fights inflammation. I drink it. We can drink it. It reduces the risk of heart disease, cancer, obesity, Alzheimer's. And this type of catechins is found in green tea. Is called, and they'll give me the name. You'll see it on the slide. All right. I won't try to repeat all of those words, but you'll see it on the slide for yourself because I'm going to incorporate in my video. All right. Let's look at olive oil. Olive oil. Olive oil is also a healthy alternative to other types of cooking oil because it's rich in monounsaturated fats, which is a healthy form of fat. Extra virgin olive oil, particularly, is the best and most natural form, filled with the anti-inflammatory properties. It fights inflammation and lowers the risk of cancer, arthritis, and heart disease. I remember when the Lord dealt with my heart, that he called out then the three things that I would be free from was cancer, arthritis, and diabetes. And being what they will call medically morbidly obese or obese, they would want you to think that our size will bring on certain disease. And it is true. We have to be very careful, and that's why I'm on this journey for health reasons. And I thank God that he has sustained me, kept me throughout all of my ignorance, all the stuff that I could get knowledge of and not apply, it was not going to do me any good. We have to take care of the body. Okay. So I love olive oil. I eat the olives and I cook with the olive oil. And virgin olive, if you just put, and I learned this from a vegan sister that I was following, that you'll just put a little bit over your food every time. I'll drizzle it, not a lot, just a little drizzle, because extra olive oil is kind of heavy, but I'll drizzle just a little bit on top of my salad, just a little bit on the top of my food, and I eat it with it. And I enjoy having that added to my meals for the sake that I don't just live to eat, I eat to live. So I take on that motto to be able to say the things that goes into my body, I want it to be able to do once, give me the nutrients that I need, keep me healed in the name of Jesus, and keep me whole, because my whole body needs it and I need to be physically well. Okay. Let's look at tomatoes. Now, I'm a partial to tomato. I love tomatoes. It's part of the anti-inflammatory diet, and all these that I'm talking about is in the form of the natural form, whole food. It's talking about eating tomatoes, not processed, because we don't know. Not tomatoes in a can, processed. No, we want the natural, the real, in the raw. We want it in the wholeness of it, okay? And that's where we get the best from them, eating them and going to the whole markets. Me now, I am shopping for my vegetables and everything, and I'm getting further away from anything that is processed, and getting into the habit of cooking my own food, not eating out. Every now and then, but no, I can't do that, because I need to know what's going in my food, what I'm putting in my body, so that I can control what's going on with this here body here. I need to know. All right. So I love tomatoes. At one time, they used to make me, too much as an acid or something, but it would make my skin feel very, itchy. And I used to get that way with lemons and tomatoes, and they are part of the anti-inflammatory diet for me. So I do it in moderation and I watch it. But I want to say, since I've been cleansing and actually doing whole food and eating my veggies in the raw, I'm not having that problem. So it might have been due to a process. Maybe it's the processed food. I don't know. Okay. So, but I've been watching. So I'll do it, but I do it very moderate, in moderation. Okay. I don't have tomatoes every day. Broccoli, I'll have every day. Okay. Turmeric, I have it every day. Green teas, I have it every day. My almonds, I'll eat that every day. But the tomatoes and the lemons, though I squeeze them over my food, I don't eat them in large quantities. Okay. The other thing is mushrooms. I was not a mushroom eating. I did not eat mushrooms. I did not know how people ate this, so is a fungus, but I love it. I love it. I season it up with some of my dry seasoning, and I'll pan stir that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Talk about delicious. Mushrooms have anti-inflammatory properties such as, and they give it again, and you're going to see it on the screen, called riboflavin. Not sure what that is for, they says, but it's for red blood cells. And they gave us that is also an antioxidant that fights free radicals and reduces inflammation. And see, this information for me was great, because in the beginning of 2023, closing the end of 2022, it was like God was saying, I'm going to give you a wealth of information. Now, how and what I do with this information that God has given me is that I began to go in and I research and I look at, and yet some of it, I don't understand it. I really don't, to be honest with you, but it has been very educational to me. So it's good to know. You understand? We want to stay in the know. One of the things that I am determined this year, me in 2023, is to stay in the know. know what's going on with Belinda, what's going on in my body, what's going on around me in my nation, just in the know, the things I want to pray about, what I should pray for. I'm just saying, I just want to be there and I want to know. So I am very critical now when it comes to some of the things that I need to know more about. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here on this community to share the information that has been given to me. But not only that, it's also what I'm living. It's what I'm living. I'm not telling you that what I know, I'm actually doing the things that I'm speaking about. And they have made a dramatic change in my life. I sleep better. You know, there are the things where I even talk about my toenail beds on the bed, toenails on my nails, well, you know, were beginning to discolor, and I didn't like that. And now they are lightened. It's what's going in. This whole food eating is doing some things throughout my body that has me sometimes going, my God, this is some good stuff. Okay, so I am here just to share that. Let's go on. Mushrooms also good, and coca. Coca is rich. You know, we use that coca, not chocolate. There is a form of chocolate that I love. That's which is the dark chocolate, but coca, COCOA, is rich in polyphenols that improves brain health and fights free radicals to prevent oxidative stress and inflammation. Excellent. You'll see it in the slide. All right. And these things are really good. I'm loving it. Okay. I'm loving it. We can help these with to prevent cardiovascular disease. It prevents diabetes. It can help in the aiding of cancer, you know, to keep cancer away. You know, it comes in a powder form, or dark chocolate is also very good and healthy. Amounts taken regularly can help fight the inflammation. That's me in my body when I talk about chronic. You understand? So here we have garlic. Garlic. I want to share. I learned to put garlic in honey and let it ferment, and eating a garlic a day. Okay. I eat a garlic a day in this honey, honey in the raw. I left it 2 weeks. You can leave it for 2 months, 3 months. The more it ferments, the better it is. It is delicious. Some people may not enjoy the taste of garlic. However, I'm a big lover of garlic. I love garlic. So for me, it was a win-win. It's a win-win for me. It's the garlic for me. So garlic is a powerful medicinal, okay, food, because it contains multiple nutrients and anti-inflammatory properties. It is recommended for arthritis patients because it's rich in the disulfide, an anti-inflammatory that reduces the production of, and I'm gonna tell y'all, is on the screen. You get to read it for yourself. Okay, but garlic reduces high cholesterol and blood pressure levels, which promotes heart health. All right. So I was blown away by the information, and those are the things that I currently in me in 2023, I used them. I use it on a daily basis, Okay. I incorporate that morning. I'll tell you, in one of my future videos, I'll share with you what I eat in a day. Okay. Because I am on, I do portion control. I have, through my Pal, I keep account of my calories on most days so that I'll know how much I intake with my proteins, and the proteins, why I take proteins, because I'm learning I want to help build back up my muscles, restore them. And when I get to working out, which I do a little bit, not a lot, I'm still taking it one day at a time. I have to have that, because when I used to be in the gym, some years ago, many years ago now, I loved it, and I had to work out and use muscles, and I found that when you're building muscles, which burns fat, it's great to have a certain amount of protein. So I have a protein drink that I take on a daily basis to help me to get the amount of protein I need so that I can build up the muscles, that will burn the fat. And then I am believing that I won't have loose skin. And that's keeping the body hydrate so that the skin elasticity can work. I have to drink my gallon a day, or at least a half a gallon. Okay. I'm working myself up to a gallon. It's not yet there, but I definitely make sure that I have at least a half a gallon a day. All right. So that, with that information, I hope that this has been great to you. I hope that you have learned something and that you can benefit from it. And also in this video, I'll share some of my smoothies, one of my favorite ones, and I'll share a couple of those. And I'll also share at the end of the video, you'll get to see some of that. I also incorporate the coconut water, which I do use. Okay. I use the coconut water a lot, and it's very good. And you'll see the 7 science-based health benefits of coconut water. So that's it for today. I hope and pray that this will be, and I hope it wasn't too long, but that you were inspired by something or the entire video. So once again, I'll ask you, if you did like, subscribe, and turn on your notification button so that you can receive the future videos every Wednesday in the future. All right, that ends it tonight for Wednesday's Wellness, my health and wellness journey. I can say to you, be blessed. Make sure that you take care of the temple that you've been entrusted with. And if you have any comments, leave them in the box for me to read, and I'll get back to you. God bless.